Okay, so by now you would have been acclimatized with what goes into a marketing funnel as a classification, and these classification are currently industry sacrosanct, but you're free to create yours. And from that point of view, applying the same principles for the next three, which is high ticket consulting, the live seminar, and then the live bootcamp. Right? So typically you do these things, right? The high ticket consulting, etc., where you use a little bit of different media elements, right, compared to the previous one that we saw. So let's look at the high ticket consulting activity. So you have the traffic coming in, your lead capture, that is your landing page, which gets you to a value video. Okay, what does that mean? This could be something which is knowledgeware for people who anticipate to and consume your digital asset. Now, a typical case would be a survey done, right? A survey would be, how many people are affected by a pandemic, for example, or let's take another example, right? Let's take the example of say stock trading, one of the examples we took earlier, right? Where people have to sell a course on stock trading or a book on stock trading or a journal which they've constructed for certain analytical skills on stock trading, etc. Right? And a combination of this is now getting applied, right? This is a high ticket consulting where people can go one on one with people, assuming that all three will be bought, and then you give them your time where people want to then buy in your time because they have gone through practical sessions and not getting the results they want, but maybe your expertise will help them get there. So maybe that could be a high ticket consulting per se. Okay. And then you charge by the minute of sorts. Okay. So that's how this works. Now, so you get to value video, you show them survey, how people feel, why they fail in the stock market activities, because they lack one, two, three, four elements, and the secrets that you have, right? If you apply those secrets, the significance of secret one and two and three, and how that can help further. Okay, that will entice people to ask you for a strategic call with you as a consultant, right? Where the people who want to do this would have gone through those principles, but they got excited with what you have to offer. When it is a synergy there, they'll ask for your time. And that's when you charge them. That's a high ticket consulting. You charge them by the minute, right? And this is open. This is how much you feel is your time worth. You can charge them, right? People have gone right from a level of charging as much as about $10 an hour. Sorry, $10 a minute to a whole session worth of millions of dollars. Okay, so that's what it is. And in a classic case, if you see a consulting organization, they charge again an hourly rate of almost sometimes $600. Okay, what does that mean? About $20 a minute. Sorry, that means about $10 a minute. Right? So understand, if this is the level of expertise people want, they will have to spend the time, and you let them know. It could be a 30-minute session, a 1 hour session, whatever that is, and you charge accordingly. Okay, as per the time that is valid and is per industry standard. Okay, so this is how this works. This is the level for that. With that, what is live seminar funnel? Okay, let's get there. Okay, so live seminar funnel typically works in tandem with what you did with your live webinars. Okay, but remember, live seminar as a differential point, right, is where you have multitude of speakers coming into play on a live audience and live stage. Okay, so that is how a classification of a seminar would be and different from a webinar. Okay, with that in mind, so the traffic comes in, right? You charge them a ticket. Okay, $19 is an amount given there, but you can choose to put in the amount of ticket that you feel is right for your related asset, right? And the description or the course or the discourse that you want to give out there. Okay. Uh, Typical, if it's a subject of interest to the relevant audience, they are typically ready to pay good amount. Okay, so $19 could be a starting point. So with that, typically on from the traffic, they are as a traffic they're taken to directly to a landing page which has a payment gateway attached to it, which people pay directly into and move into the group. Suppose you call that a VIP group. Okay, and in that VIP group, you take them into your other social structures of WhatsApps and the Telegrams and the messengers of the world, and you keep them active there with notifications that go about until the run of the seminar. Okay, and then while the 1 day live is happening, you can choose to have it online or do it offline. Okay, seminars can be done offline. Okay, but given the world, the scenario, people would definitely want to have it online. So with that said, you choose one of your platforms to do that, and during the seminar, the larger purpose should and the goal should be to sell the digital asset that you want to. And then during they should you should try to get the confirmation right there and put the time limits and other elements that we talked about earlier, right? All the time zones and not the time zones, rather the timer and the sales pitch, etc. It all goes in here as fundamentals, okay? Which people then end up paying and going through. So that is the way, and based on that, you put your funnels in place. That who joined the seminar funnel, who paid for the $90 ticket, who joined the VIP group, and who converted into that 1 day, who attended them, and from there, who paid for your core product. So based on that, you will know which of the elements either is the webinar working for you, is the seminar working more than the others, and all those factors, and how many conversions can be used for either or. Okay, so that's the funnel classification here. Same for live bootcamp funnel, right? Bootcamp typically is where you get a bunch of people together and do live implementation and live discourses of activities which result into the outcome which people see in front of their faces while it is happening, right? Even a hackathon, etc., is all about this, where people, multitude of applications are made online, or e-commerce sites are done, right, and try to show how they're sold online in those 3 days. Okay, it goes right for even say book publishing and other factors. Boot camp works very well as a challenge, where people are, and sometimes boot camps are created for rewards. Whoever comes first doing something as an outcome in parlance to your digital asset, they get rewarded. In the process, you get people to learn more of your second level of digital asset that you want to, or what you want to offer out there for as a digital asset. Okay, so same goes here. It goes and works in the line of the seminar typically, and just that it's for a 3 day event, so the cost etc. differs, and timings are moved accordingly, and the pitches, the sales pitches put. Typically, it's done on the last day. All right. First day is shown with what will happen on the last day, and the suspense is open the last day to go about selling these things. Okay. So that's the live bootcamp funnel, and whoever the attendees are potent retarget customers for going ahead for any of the above ones. All right. Now, now with that, we'll go to the next three, right? The multi-speaker summit funnel. So summit is again where you have uh, uh, people talking about different topics. A seminar typically relates to single topic. Summit could be different topic on a larger agenda. Okay, so we'll cover that in next one, including the quiz funnel and the hybrid funnels. It could be a multi, a mix and match of those which come into play. I'll see you there.